Chapter 12 Reactor. Dr. Marlberg got up after a restless night's sleep. Most nights he slept just fine. Nowadays there were few things that excited or concerned him enough to prevent him from slipping into a restful state. Today, though, was the 10th day since the enrichment had begun, and the potential of the enriched state of Parythnium truly both excited and concerned him. Could a steady state of criticality be maintained? Would their heavy water moderator be sufficient to prevent a chain reaction and its resultant explosion? Would it have a ridiculously short half-life? Uranium-238, which makes up about 99% of naturally occurring uranium's mass, has a half-life of 4.468 billion years. Uranium-235, which makes up about 0.7% of natural uranium, has a half-life of 703.8 million years. When uranium-238 is exposed to neutron radiation in a nuclear reactor, it produces uranium-239. Uranium-239 has a half-life of about 23.45 minutes, decaying into neptunium-239 and then plutonium-239, a weapons-grade material. With the 10 days of enrichment ending, today would be the day that Dr. Marlberg would find out if the 500 grams or enriched parythnium they had was a weapon or a power source. According to his calculations, there should be more than enough to power Fie Glocke. He just wasn't entirely sure if the enrichment had left them with a safety margin or a deficit, but either way they'd find out. This was science at its best. After getting washed and dressed, he soon found himself in the laboratory where the enriched sample would be prepared for transfer to the reactor in DG001. He was not entirely sure how long criticality would take, but he was certain criticality would be maintained. Their early attempts with low-enriched uranium, LEU, had failed almost completely, with only meager magnetic fields being created that were far from sufficient. That had been 14 months ago now. Finally it appeared the team in Greece had come through. If his hopes were realized, they would be welcomed home by the Ahnenerbe, granted honors befitting their achievement, and take pride in a job well done. Heinrich was as always in the right place doing the right things. It was as if he could read Dr. Marlberg's mind. Dr. Marlberg very much appreciated this. He smiled to himself before turning to his assistant. "Heinrich, is the sample ready?" "Yes, doctor, we are ready to transport it and load the reactor. We should know within 12 hours if our hopes are real or just dreams." "Excellent, please proceed, Heinrich." The heavily clothed team of workers worked seamlessly to remove the sample from the cyclotron, carefully placing it in a lead-lined container for the short trip to DG001. Their second team would load the reactor, ready the moderator, and commence reactor startup. Then it was a case of watching the meters and developing a safety protocol for a parythnium reactor. Dr. Marlberg traveled on to DG001. There was no need to overshadow his subordinate. Heinrich appeared to have it all under control. Taking up residence in the control room, Dr. Marlberg could observe the entire operation. The reactor chamber was over to the left. Great pipes carried water in and steam out to the generators, off in the far left, that produced the electricity that would flow through the massive cables that wound their way across the warehouse leading to the pedestal on which Fie Glocke was currently housed. When the power flowed, the coils would be charged, the fields would be created, and history would be made. Little though Dr. Marlberg knew at the time, but history can be both broken and even traversed, as much as it can be made. After all, what is one man's future is another's past.